Danko, let's go.
Sure.
You can introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I'm Poya speaking. Ready to take over the world.
Interesting. Almost long overdue interview. I think as early as end of first year, we thought we should have this interview, and then life happened, and then we kept thinking, we'll do it. But the idea was maybe to document or write down part of the journey, part of where you are. I think at the time you had done first year accounting sciences and tax, and then you've now since gone on to complete. Congratulations. But I think before we get on that, I think matric results came out yesterday. Your siblings passed. What's your reflection? What's your take on that? How significant is it? How significant is it from any perspective?
I'll answer this question twofold.
Yeah.
The one side, they aim on a matric prepares you for a good life. So you getting good marks in matric, sets precedence for a plethora of options that you can use to get to the life you really will have yourself. The second part is getting swallowed in them, thinking that there's nothing left out there for you in the world because when you don't get good marks. So
interesting. When you say there's life out there, the people that get swallowed in them and think because they didn't get good marks, there's no life in there for them. I think for me, one of the even other rude awakenings is people that got good marks but still didn't get into varsity, which is also, you don't hear about it much. Why would that stand out for you? The people that don't make it and think it's the be and all, it's the end. Why does that particularly stand out for you?
That's because we've been programmed to think in a particular pattern that we all should follow.
Yeah.
So I think all pattern and sequence falls away after matric.
Okay.
We all reach different destinations at different times. Some earlier than others, but some, the focus is to get to the destination.
Okay.
Yeah.
So post-matric, what options would someone without matric have?
Someone would go to school, which is university. I'm talking tertiary institutions.
Okay.
Yeah. But even at that, there's different layers to them.
Okay.
So you can get to traditional universities, attend TVETs or FETs, or colleges, or do vocational work.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the other options, is to go work.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a sense of delaying in which going to university does, which will happen anyway after you go to university. So I find those that absorb that shock that comes after as early as possible, they happen to be malleable, man. They almost fit within any situation better than those who think they can run away, and I use that word loosely, from the work environment, whatever work may be, by going through the schooling system and attending tertiary.
Okay, interesting. Is it basically the C students that hire the A students, or is it the B students that hire the A students to do the work of the C students or whatever? Yeah.
I just don't get swallowed in it.
Yeah.
Whether A, whether B, whether C.
Yeah.
Because nothing stops an A student from doing work that C students are doing, and nothing stops C students from becoming A students and really climbing up the ladder. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What was your experience? So maybe take us even through your schooling experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. what was the journey like, and
Yeah.
at which point you arrive at matric? What state of mind? What framework? What sets you up for success?
Yeah.
What maybe could have set you up even better? That sort of thing.
A lot of it is blurred till maybe grade 11.
Jeez, that's a long time.
It's a very long time.
Okay.
Yes, I've been relying on a lot of my, I'll call it intuition, but also a system in which you went through, and the way in which you were raised. So I don't think it would have failed when it came to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
How so? Explain, maybe delve more into it. I
Ensuring-
remember my school years.
No, not schooling per se,
Okay.
but how you getting to the different stages of schooling.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Okay.
because you went through it and almost perfectly, I kind of knew that I also have to do it perfectly. I don't know how until really became in my hands in grade 11, as I was saying. That's why it was mostly a blur until that point.
I delve in more. Because my experience will obviously be different to yours. Yes.
Yeah. But you can't not agree that you are often a reference point.
No, I'm not disagreeing
Yes.
that. Yes.
Yeah. So the reference in which they had for you would simply be used on me.
Okay.
Or your brother at this time wouldn't be doing this and this and this. So if it's 8 o'clock and it's time to go study, and they vividly remember you studying at 8 o'clock, ending at 12,
But I was in boarding school.
but you can't take away from what they thought they helped
the
you
perception.
with. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. How was that? Because essentially it's like being in a shadow.
Yeah.
How is that?
I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it became. I get that you now have a proven system, and
Okay.
you're trying to rerun it with another human being.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's just a matter of my personality that I don't like it. Not that I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is grade 11 the point where you kind of decided I'm going to go my own way? Or
Yeah.
is grade 11... So there's two things. Nah? The
Yeah.
first one is, at which point did you know that I actually have my own way, and then obviously ultimately following your own way?
Yeah, it became grade 11. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the juncture, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Up until then, what, it was following a framework
Yes.
and you were fine with it,
No.
but you had no alternative.
Yes.
So it was a matter of, okay, just comply until... And then how do you make the stuff stick or get in the head then?
Shush.
Because you can't fake study.
Yeah, you can't. You
Yeah.
can't. I don't really value consumption and then letting that eat you up, or stay in your own brain without really teaching those in your immediate surroundings.
Okay.
So where I valued it most is testing my own, engaging my own theory and practicality of whatever subject matter there is, and seeing how others react when I teach it to them.
Okay.
Yeah, to really do gauge where my progress is at in terms of studying. And then I did that a lot.
Yeah.
In fact, but we'll get there later. Speaking about matric, I think that's the trick that
Yeah.
made whatever magic happen expectedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying pre-matric, it was just get to matric, and then matric was execute, kill matric.
Pre-matric,
Sort of. Yeah.
are you generally classifying the period before matric, or speaking about grade 11? Because if you're
Yeah.
speaking about the period before,
Yeah.
then sure, I'd agree, but I'd like to think it started in pre-matric, which is grade 11.
Is it?
Yeah.
What is it? What What started what?
Techniques of
Yeah.
studying, really do thinking that, okay, there's a system in place. How do you help support it, or how do you help break it in a way that works?
Okay.
Yes.
What's the system?
At home, you used to, do certain things at a certain time.
Okay.
And then as you grow, you start almost wanting to question why you are, forced to do those things at those set times.
Okay.
But not rebelling in the sense that you don't understand why it happens, but almost adjusting it to fit your own schedule and your own time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
And that involves studying, general chores at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then grade 11 you deviate from that.
Yeah, grade 11 you really do start, well, I start owning that narrative, or sharp in your head you might think that studying until 12 helps.
Yeah.
What if I want to study till 6 p.m, eat, rest, wake up again 11, take another short nap? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wake up in the morning, see through. Yeah.
Okay. So that was grade 11. That's what you changed.
Yeah.
And then metric itself,
Same formula.
same formula. Oh, okay. And by now it's working.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sharp. Then you go to varsity. What are your expectations? What did you choose to study? Why did you choose to study it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Varsity was interesting.
Okay.
Because it was a very rushed decision.
Okay.
Yeah. The benefit of hindsight, you don't let a child choose where they want to go.
Okay.
Yeah. You choose how they may want to get there, but you don't choose where they want to go.
Okay.
Still too early to be weighing that decision of such magnitude on them.
Okay.
No. So I happen to choose the right thing.
Okay.
With 100% autonomy on that choice. Yeah.
Okay.
And that ended up being accounting sciences.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reasons for choosing, you can go beyond and above, trying to look for whether your traits that align with your love for numbers, but mine was a simple thing. I don't remember there being anyone that builds on someone else's stepping blocks in their family. Okay. So we live to stop midway, and then someone passes away, then we start another journey, and then someone passes away. Whereas if there's someone who walked your path, you can ascend them, having respected what they went through, but build on that. So that hopefully someone else in their third generation can take from me and build another stepping block. That's what building looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So with a passion, what? It's just
I disregarded that.
What the hell is that? Is that the Project Mbappe, or is it
project?
Is it Haaland? I know Haaland says his father wanted him to be a golf player.
Yeah.
And for him, soccer just made sense. I'm assuming because he saw his brother and father play soccer, and he was like, you know what, this will be easier and this will just make more sense.
Yeah.
Is it a generational thing? Because you grew up well in the generation of Project Mbappe. Yeah. Do you think it's a generational thing where you guys basically lima 2000, I guess, 2004, 2000 and where you guys basically, that sentiment of passion doesn't exist. Work is just work. Like you cold executors, so to speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's almost to be a stone cold executor.
Where does it come from?
It's founded yeah, I'll link it back to the answer I gave you initially that, hey man, schooling, being able to reflect on how you were raised, how other people are raised, and the formulae that work for other people as well. So you might think the way you were raised is the end and date of everything. Nah. But even having that ability to reflect on how other people are raised nah, helps shape that kind of a decision. So largely for me, I think that's where it stems from. In fact, I don't think, I know that's where it stems from. I'd always been very mobile in my life. I don't think I've been in one comfortable setting throughout. So obviously perspective would differ and assimilation as well. When you think you're comfortable, you move. When you think you're comfortable, you move.
So you mean like you moved schools, you moved
provinces,
places, provinces. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's what did it for me. Having conversations with other people, yeah, you can amount it to many different things, but how I came to that conclusion really is a combination of all those factors. To say, I appreciate how I was raised. I appreciate seeing those that want to be where I am and how they are raised. Maybe same different demographic. Yeah. But that's not a limitation. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But you think generic, how I was raised, how others were raised. Yeah. How were you raised?
Me?
Yeah.
In your shadow.
Yeah, no, I get that part.
Yeah.
But then by the time it then makes you an executor, are you saying that, or you saying that the fact that you have footprints to walk through, that then informs your ability to just switch off and then execute? And then when you say versus how others were raised, what do you mean? Outside my shadow, outside of footsteps? Is it a socio-economic thing? What is it?
Socio-economically.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It is understanding that living in your shadow does not mean it's a bad thing.
Okay.
But when comparing it to those of proper socio-economic status, how different are they from how we were raised? But then really do looking back at ourselves and pinning it to, how else can I put this?
As it is. Be specific.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you feel you're privileged or underprivileged?
There was an opportunity.
Okay. That means?
At every point where one needed to move, one needed to have a change in their comfortable setting.
Okay.
I took it every time.
Okay.
Yeah. And that enabled me to, again, meet people of different socio-economic classes. While traveling the path you traveled, have an appreciation of those and work towards them in the way in which I was raised, in your shadow. Coldly, quietly, but point blankly.
I'm trying to see now, to add color to it, so that if someone's watching, to understand, okay, did he grow up well? Did he not grow up well? Yeah.
And I'm trying to run away from that conversation.
Why?
You don't win by mentioning either or.
But the aim isn't to win. The aim is to put it down. So yes. So for example, if I'm looking to understand how do I finish accounting sciences, you're saying learn from those that came before you. Right? No problem. if I say, well, I'm from Nambit and I'm doing accounting sciences, what does that mean? What can you relate to that I'm going through, and what can't you relate to that I'm going through?
Substance over form.
Okay.
We all experience the same things in different lenses.
Okay.
Yeah. I might be growing up in a setting where I'm exposed to shares and numbers and investments.
Okay.
And I think that is the hallmark that is to get me to being an accounting sciences student.
Okay.
Someone might grow up in front of them, emnambeti, khona amaplazi laphana. So there's animals and the same compounding I'd learn in dealing with numbers. Someone would see in the lens of animals and domesticating and game farming. Yeah, it all differs.
Okay. Which one was yours?
Mine,
Yeah.
the experiences of others was that which is physical and real in the form of farming and
Okay.
yeah, but my one was through 100% investment.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about investments works? Let me put it that way. Yeah. What about investments made you a numbers person?
I think if you're able to step away from the numbers actually,
Yeah.
and see this thing for what it is in reality.
Okay.
So if they're talking about buying a 2% stake in a company, see that in the lens at which it would happen in reality. That would be if there's a herd of animals and you pick however certain amount of animals that would represent the 2% share, see it for what it is in reality so that you understand what the meaning is really behind the numbers that they keep preaching to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That you learn. Yeah.
So if then, let's say my child is 10 years old, I want to introduce them to this shares thing, but I'm afraid that they're going to fall in love with money. What would your advice be to that type of person?
Fall in love with money.
Yes.
In what way?
They're going to miss the point that I'm trying to get them to be good at maths and accounting.
Yes.
And they're just going to be obsessed with, mommy, put more money into my Easy Equities account. Yeah.
How would I suggest you go about that teaching?
Yeah.
Imparting of that knowledge.
Yes. Or how would you use that? How to allay my fears? Yeah. You saying your exposure to this field was through shares, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, maybe you are lucky and it worked out.
Yeah.
But what is it about the shares that makes it work out? What is it that I'm not seeing if I just think that my child just loves money?
Do make them see what the money really does represent in reality, in order to appreciate its currency or time value, what have you. Subjects and cohorts, what you want to name them, are also still, I believe, can be replicated in reality. There's no mathematics that is just but a paper and calculations and doing a sum that does not have a replicated sense in reality. So if you introduce that lens into their life, they'll gain a much more vast experience in that subject matter.
Okay. How do I introduce that? So day one, I open an account for my son. I put money inside. I don't know anything about shares. Where's the magic? What happens? What should I teach them?
Take something that's of equal value and behaves and displays similar behavioral patterns and actually buy it in reality. So if it's 1,000 rand, I'd imagine you'd go buy maybe dogs that are worth 1,000 rand.
Okay.
Dogs that are worth 1,000 rand. and let them monitor how the dog behaves while monitoring how their portfolio behaves with that 1,000 rand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you just buy one dog,
Mm.
that is 1,000 rand,
Mm.
and you buy nothing
Mm.
and just invest that 1,000 rand into easy equities
Mm.
or whatever platform that you might use,
Mm.
that is not buying a stock. That is just cash that's sitting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for as long as you have that one dog that is locked up in a cocoon, and you have that 1,000 rand that is in your portfolio, nothing's going to happen to it. That is actionable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get to university, you're studying accounting sciences. How do you find it?
I always knew the bar is high.
You always knew?
The bar is very high.
Okay.
But I don't think it would be that high.
Okay. What do you mean the bar is high? As in it's difficult?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's loaded.
Yeah.
It's loaded, and the processing of different transactions at different stages, at different times. Yeah, if you're not dedicated to your craft, unfortunately, that'll crumble you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll crumble you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was hard.
Hard. Yeah.
Yeah. But you conquered it.
Yeah.
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 What's the secret to success?
There's no secret, but I really do. Firstly, being intentional about where you're going,
Okay.
and then working on those everyday practices that you might neglect or deem unnecessary to do or to incorporate into your line of study.
Like what? Drinking? Partying?
Something as basic as going to school every day.
Okay.
Or as soon as you get to varsity, someone takes that for granted, where you are intentional about waking up and going to school. That will also open up many other facets that make you interested within your line of study.
Yeah. Okay. Like outside of this,
you start being interested going to school. You start being interested in the subject matter. You start attending lectures. You start now engaging with the content more before even school. After school, you start taking it a step further by engaging professors, by engaging tutors. You start taking it even a step further. Consulting those that are in practice, CAs that have gone through your path. You consult them. You consult your standards. You consult. It's almost as though you being intentional about one facet of it will open up a whole lot more than you think there is to just even studying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, what do you plan to do with it?
What do I plan to do with it?
Yeah.
The same realization I made in letting people know that these things you study can actually be replicated in reality. Mine is that, man. Mine is to really do implement what I got from the course and seeing how it can make a difference to the layman's life. Yeah. In reality.
Okay.
Yeah, not just living in or hiding, in fact, behind the papers that would come to me or the numbers or if something appears in front of me that I know I'm an expert at. I expect someone that is not a savant in that topic to have the same level of comprehension or understanding of what I'm saying to him, or of what I have in front of me represents to them in reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically to translate it from textbook to practical knowledge on the ground.
Yes. And what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? We are all, I don't believe there's just one accountant that is only called an accountant because of the titles and the journey of schooling that they've been through, and there is no other version of accounting that we have in reality, or rather how it permeates in reality. Yeah.
Okay. What does that mean?
Again, using farming examples, using practical, using practicality. If I'm able to, I don't know, manage a hedge fund, see how it behaves throughout different stress tests, see how the growth strategies that I employ on it, defensive mechanisms, what have you, to someone that is living an ordinary life, or not ordinary, might be or might not be, on a farm, you see and how the animals behave there, in how different seasons would represent the different interest rates that we have, that we work with, to see how certain number of animals will really are in good health, and how that represents itself in my world, as in you're managing a portfolio, but some shares performing less than others are, or some expecting more than others are. It's just to have that lens where I can really pinpoint what I know, but seeing it manifest in reality.
Okay.
Okay.
And are there specific areas you'd want to see that manifest, like Limpopo, KZN, GP, Soweto?
It's a countrywide manifestation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your intro, you said ready to conquer or ready to take over.
Yeah.
Okay. Expand more on that.
Ready to take over. I can give you the long answer and the short answer, and I'll start with the short answer.
Okay.
Ready to take over, which just simply translates to whatever opportunity lies ahead for me to action. I'm ready to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. The long answer would be, a lot of times we undersell ourselves. Undersell ourselves in that we don't realize what is there for the taking and more.
Okay.
Yes.
Economics wise.
Family wise. Industry wise.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And some might be acts of our own doing, and some might be suppression caused by ourselves, or factors that will be grey by the time we finish mentioning them. All it just takes is self-confidence, man.
Okay.
And the belief that you can almost conquer anything you apply yourself to. So I think that's the long answer of ready to take over the world.
Okay. Any specific opportunities that you've seen, that you've noted?
We all have a responsibility to do right by ourselves, which in turn becomes right for the community, which in turn becomes right for regions. You understand the pattern until it becomes now a countrywide agenda to say, if I can do this to better myself and do the following to better those in my immediate circles, which would then go to their own immediate circles and almost expand. Imagine how that would look like if it becomes a countrywide agenda.
Okay, so that's the opportunity that you see.
That's the opportunity I see.
Yeah.
Presents itself in many ways. Slow-hanging fruit. Whether it's going to the neighbors, whether it's going to a church, whether it's going to a community center, visiting the JSE, everything that you do, and you have a right to almost believe in how it could manifest. Yours is to ensure you're in charge of how you start that process and see to finish it. No child will be left behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you think hasn't been asked? Or anything that you want to leave as part of what we've covered?
I think it's quite prophetic that we're saying this as the sun sets.
Okay.
Hey man, you are a child of the universe, Doc.
Okay.
You have a right to belong here.
Okay.
You are no less than the trees and the stars. Whether or not it's clear to you, there is no doubt that the universe is unfolding as it is, or as it should.
That's true.
I don't know if you want to segue that into whatever comes to you, but I'm more than comfortable engaging that.
Yeah, I'm interested in finding out what that means for you.
In a personal sense, it just means in whatever I embark on, giving up should never be even a thought that crosses my mind. And even if it does, it must come tried and tested, and basically when you're on a point of no return.
Okay.
But in almost anything that you put your head and mind to, really, really, really do apply yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Yazwakala Desiderata. Max Ehrman. Yeah. Now we'll end it here for today, or this installment, and then with other installments we'll come back and add, or come back and have other conversations around it. Yeah. Well, thank you.